Hey everybody, welcome to another toy of the day here on Kastor'sCorner.com. You can check out a full gallery of this toy up on Kastor'sCorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner. You can get one of these shirts. You can follow and subscribe to our podcast, Cornercast Podcast, up on Apple Podcasts every Monday night. We've got a great show coming for you Monday. Two friends and collectors just chit-chatting away. And I think that's what's been the most fun about doing those. But, and subscribe to this channel. That helps us out a lot. Thank you guys for all the new subscribers, and we can't wait to continue going with less than 100 days left in our toy of the day for a year, 365 days of toys. So what do we got today? So Bill really came through and got the last of the solo mode figures for me, Lynx here, and I wasn't sure we were going to get her. She's the last of the clamshell waves. They're going to card backs coming up next with the new line look that we've seen, or you've seen in stores with the whiplash and the mud flap and the reboot van. So that new white with some pastel color is coming, but she is the last wave of the clamshell ones, which were kind of sealed like the old school clamshell. So she's a really good figure. She'll look really good with Kit and Meowscles. And we kind of complete the little cat family here with her. So she's great. But the real part of the review is actually... I lost it. I really did just lose it. Huh. Well, this is fun. Oh, there it is. It's behind me. So many toys in the room. We bought the reboot van. And I know it's kind of goofy. I know it's kind of fun looking. But it's magic. It really is. I think when they recreate things that really come from the game, it really creates the magic that you need. It reminds me of getting a G.I. Joe vehicle growing up. It reminds me of getting the Thunder Tank or any number of those things. It's a playset and it's a set piece. So you can do a lot with this thing. The reboot van is not drivable in the video game. So this is a stationary object. It can roll. The wheels do work, but you can't put a driver like you can with the whiplash or the mud flap, the way you would seat them. And it kind of works as like a little bit of a carrying case. So one of the cool features of it, before we get into the van itself, is it does come with a reboot card. Now the only thing that would be cooler is if you could insert the reboot card into the van somewhere. And I have yet to find, so you get a real Fortnite reboot card that you pick up in the game. And from just looking at it, I haven't, and you've got the back kind of screen with the pad here that kind of lifts up, okay? And that's one of the action features we'll talk about in a minute. But there is no like slot to put the reboot card in. I would say that's my only criticism. If they had just drilled a little slot, or you can put it here, but it doesn't really fit. But if they put a little slot that you could dump it into or something, I think that would have made this toy go from like a 95 to like a 90, like 102, as far as like percentage on how cool it is. So this is a losing piece. You will lose this if you're not careful. But besides that, so what do we get here? So the reboot van comes with, the front opens up. There's a little button at the top, and it works better if you depress it when you try to close it. But you can open up the front. So the front of the van opens up. There is storage space in there to keep weapons, back bling, figures in, so you don't lose anything. But again, no place to store the actual reboot card. You get a holographic Jonesy that looks like the characters as they come out of the reboot van, which is really cool when they rematerialize. And with it, I am going to try to get this. No problems. 2 left and right foot. No breakage problems. This has been a really good experience with this one. Not like some of our previous ones more recently. This is definitely not made for people with larger hands. It's definitely made for kids. Because of like where it is. So Jonesy fits on a platform at the top of the van, or in the middle of the van, and it is semi-difficult to get him on the platform. I will say that. But he looks really cool when he's on there. So we're going to do it with him for sure and try not to break it in the process. Peg holes just are somewhat tight. So what happens is you push the button on the back, right? And Jonesy comes flying out. I'm going to try it actually. Well, I'd like to do it with him just because you're supposed to be able to do this in the van. But that's not working because of the way his pegs are. So there are little peg holes on his feet, and then there are pegs on, there we go, I got him. Okay, so he drops down into the van, and you press the button, and he pops out. So he can wobble a little bit. This does have a little bit of a wobble to it. Sometimes the shoulders get caught on the van itself. So just be careful when you do it, but he does pop up. Boom. Okay, he can go back down. Now, here's where it gets fun. More fun. So, this side, nothing happens. This side is your button. So you press the button, and it lights up Jonesy. We're actually gonna hit the lights. So, push it up, and then hit the button. Jonesy lights up, makes a sound. There are 3 different sounds it makes. And then the powering up one. So I think that that's just a lot of fun, but it's the only light up point. The only thing that lights up is the actual base here. Let's turn the lights back on. And so you get a lot of play value from this. From the dish and the TV in the back to the button that pops them up, storage space, lights and sounds. It's endless. It's fun. You can build a little town. They haven't really done like bases yet. Like they've done like the turnaround bases that we've talked about, that we've done reviews for, but they haven't done like an actual location. So it'd be fun to see if we could actually get like a facade, and then put the reboot van, put the whiplash, put the mud flap and some of the other vehicles in. I think it just could be a lot of fun. I love the Fortnite toys just from that perspective. This is a line that I don't feel like I have to buy. It's one of those lines that like I just enjoy buying it because they are fun to play with, display, and talk about. And it really just feels like a full world. So that's been the most fun about it. So you can check out a full gallery of this van, as well as the holographic Jonesy and Lynx, up on castorscorner.com. Follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner. Check out the Cornercast podcast. And, of course, subscribe to this channel. It's either under Jonesy or under Lynx here. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things we get to do. And we really appreciate and that's what we've been enjoying doing this year. So please subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Give us feedback. Make comments below. Tell us if you got it. Tell us if you hate Fortnite, if you like it. If you like the toys but you hate the game, all that stuff. Go to the comments. And we'll see you tomorrow night for another Toy of the Day here on castorscorner.com. Have a good night, everybody.